Hey everyone, so I want to run through some lower body stretching with you. We're going to do quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and even some ankle mobility. So first thing we're going to do is start with some mobility. So we're going to have a chair. Excuse me. You can bring your leg up, okay? Just going to go up here so you can see me, but your foot can be much lower. And just do some ankle rolls. So each of these you want to do for about 20 to 30 seconds. Going both ways, going forward and back. If you're pushing a gas pedal and braking that gas pedal type of thing. That's one thing. Make sure you do both sides of your ankle rolls on this side. And again, I just put my foot up here so you can see me, but your foot can be basically an inch off the ground and that's good enough. Okay, you don't need that. So 20 to 30 seconds, go each way. Forward and back, it's another good one to do. Good stuff. So you can do some leg pull-ins too. So you just have a seat, pull your knee in and out, in and out. So you're just getting some mobility through your hamstrings, your hip flexors, that type of thing. So do both legs. I want to do about 20 to 30 seconds or so. It's just mobility. That's all this is here. Well, that's that one. Okay, you can also do some inner thigh mobility, so I'll stand up for this one for you. Move out of the way temporarily. Just gonna take your feet nice and wide. My toes are facing the same direction as my knees. And I'm just gonna bend from one side to the other. I know you can't really see my feet right now, but you get the idea based on how my body's moving. Just being mindful that your knee isn't going over top of your toes. Turn your toes out wider if you need to. Look at that awesome farmer's tan. Oh yeah. Gonna stretch our lower back, lean forward. Okay, from this position, we can walk to one side. So lean your body to one side. I'll pull you down a little bit. There we go. We'll lean to one side, stretch it out, straighten the other side. Again, be mindful of where your knee is. Make sure it isn't going over top of your foot. So do both sides. Do 20 to 30 seconds. Whatever you need to do, whatever feels good for you. It's not about racing the clock, it's just about breathing and stretching through it. I'll come back to center. I'm gonna walk my feet together a bit more here, so about hips is apart. Come to a more flat back. We'll just relax. Those legs might be straighter, they might be more bent. Wherever it is, that's okay. No big deal. You can do some mobility here if you want to do some twisting motion. Again, as always, be mindful of how it feels in your body. And the goal isn't to be super crazy. It's just to find mobility and motion through your body. Right, 20 seconds there or so. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do standing up, and I'm going to do my quadriceps. So this muscle right here. So slowly come back up. Good. You can use a chair for balance if you wish. Grab onto one foot. If you can't get to your leg, use a chair or a couch. Let that be your leg support system. When you're doing this one, your knees are side by side, they're soft, they're standing. Nice little support system here. Pulling your shoulders back, holding for 20 to 30 seconds or so. Okay, we'll release that leg, lose some mobility. That leg's just kicking forward, kicking back. So allowing the body to flow and move through this. So remember, after what you do to one side, you should always do to the other side. We'll do some hip openers, so bring that knee up just a little bit and open the hip. Not about how high you bring your knee, it's about opening your hip up. Okay, so through here, opening the hip. Do about, you can do 10, 20 rotations, whatever works for you. Then we can go the other way, so opening up the hip and closing. At any point you're watching this video, you don't have to follow along with me. You can stop the video and do what you need to do. Okay, just remember to do both sides. So I would go to the other side now. Same idea here, knees are side by side. Standing up tall. So you go through the same motions, that kicking motion. And again, I won't do the whole thing, but you get the idea. The kicking motion, the hip openers, the hip closers, even some side motions are good. It's all about getting mobility through those hips and hip flexors and those glutes and all that fun and funky stuff. The next one I want to show you is going to be this glutes specifically. So again, back to that chair, and I'll come back in the view for a second. Sit up nice and tall. Take one leg, put it up on top. The bottom leg, make sure that the knee and heel are lined up. You're sitting up nice and tall. Just sitting here, you might feel a stretch in your right butt cheek. That's a good thing. Okay, so what you want to do is just sit tall. Exhale, lean forward from your hips. You do not have to go far here. You might be feeling this. If you do want a little bit extra, hinge your hips more. The alternative to get a little bit more is to lift that bottom heel. So if I were to lift that heel, it's extending my insertion and my origin point further away from each other in my glutes, so I get a deeper stretch. And breathe. Breathe through it. The most powerful tool we have is breath. For the next stretch here, again, make sure to do both sides. You're going to grab the knee and pull it to the opposite shoulder. So I'm grabbing my right knee, I'm going to loop my left arm around, and I'm going to pull it inward. You may not be here with the bracing of your arm, and you might be. Either or, just go by how it feels for you. So here, if you wanted a bit more, you could use that leg that's on the ground to push away your other leg. I'm using my left thigh to push my right ankle away from my body. Nice. So we're going to hold stretches 20 to 30 seconds. Remember to do both sides. So again, I'll just show you the modifications. Straight leg, or the form, straight leg, knee, heel in alignment. Sit up tall, lean forward from your hips. Go in your left butt cheek. Once you've held this for 20 seconds or so, you can grab onto that knee with that right arm. Sit up nice and tall and pull. Modify to how you need to for your body. Good. So we're going to finish our practice here, our stretching practice, on the ground. You don't have to use the ground, but they're going to show you 4 different things, well, 3 technically. First one is just going to be that seated position, soles of the feet together, doing that butterfly stretch. So if you've watched Roxanne's videos on yoga, you'll know that she talked about the anterior and posterior tilt, and that will depend, and your femur length will also depend on how close your knees get to the ground. So that being said, just do the best you can. Just feel the stretch and stay with that stretch. Breathe into it. Sitting up nice and tall and then leaning forward. A nice big pull in the inner groin right here. When you're ready, come out of that one. So anytime you want to do some shaking the muscle off the bone type thing, like smacking the legs out or just taking the leg and shaking it, you're welcome to do so. You can do it with the calf. Okay, do whatever feels good for you. Be funky, be silly. You can use a pair of yoga tune-up balls or tennis ball. Just smack the muscle out. You can also use your forearm, okay, or your wrist, I should say, and smack it out. That's all good. Okay, that's very good sports massage technique, so do what you need to do for you. Okay, so we're going to lie down this one. It's our last stretch for here. We're going to grab behind the thigh, put our head down, and then just pull that leg in. It doesn't have to be straight. The goal isn't straight. It's to feel the stretch from the calf all the way to the glutes. And if you need a support system, if you can't grab your leg with your hands, a towel, a band, a strap, a rope, whatever you can find, another person if you want. Just be mindful that your hips aren't popping up, okay? So that left leg that's straight down right now, the hips should be connected and touching the ground. Hold for about 20 seconds to 30, switch sides. And this is a good routine to do every day, not just on your stretch and mobility and rest day, but taking 5, 10 minutes, even 20 or 30 minutes, and just stretching out the body. Oh yeah. Whenever I think about it, one more mobility, so feet flat on the ground, just dropping from side to side, getting those hips, get all that in there. Relax your head down. And that is it. And that is all. Happy mobility. See you later. Da, 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 da.